Today I have Alexis on the seat.
Hi.
She's about to get some regular, or what we call the traditional box braids with some beads on them.
Yes.
So I want to start off by showing you how to prep your hair before getting the box braids on. The reason for that is to moisturize the hair and also to give it some conditioning effect so that by the time the braids are taken down, they will not be too dry. Because when the braids are taken down and the natural hair is too dry, that could lead to breakages and hair loss. So we're trying to prevent that by, first of all, taking care of the client's natural hair before putting on the color canal hair onto the natural hair. So here is water inside a spraying plastic can. So what you do is make sure the client has some towel on her in case some of the water trickle down a bit, but just put a little, don't put too much so that it will not be all over your body. So after you put some water, you go ahead and get some leave-in conditioner. The one that will stay onto the hair. So we will be using the Tango Tammy conditioner. It has some shea butter, and it smells really good. It's a leave-in conditioner, and it's really very good. Put a little, not much. You can see what I have in my hand, just a little. Because if you put too much of it, it could slide out the hair.
Do you miss me at all? Do you think about
So here I've partitioned the hair into 3 portions.
No, you couldn't stand tall.
2 in front
So why didn't you?
and 1
Why
at the back.
didn't you call?
So we'll go ahead and
So many years
start up some braids.
But I think about you all the
You
time.
always try to start at the back because that will help you to get the right blocks if you want to do the squares, and that's the squares we would like to do today. So I would show you what we do as we progress. Thank you. This is what we've done so far with Alexis' hair. We are approaching the top middle of her head. I'm about to show you the installation of the traditional box braids. So I'm gonna do an up close with the camera.
Do you miss me at all? Do you think about
Okay.
the things we used to do?
Great. Thank you for your patience. So here is the connector I've been using to do Alexis' hair. So this is how I install it. I part the hair into 3 equal parts, like this. So I know doing it the first time may be a little bit slow, but as you get used to it, as you braid for yourself, as you braid for anyone you like or your client, it gets easier and faster. So you hold the hair like this you go back to the separated 3 strands of hair of the client's natural hair, and you lift one up and put the crisscross hair onto it and pin it down to the scalp, and leave the second one, attach it to the second strand and crisscross. When you crisscross like this, you grab the remaining one and put on the hair and do your crisscrossing. You lift up to make sure that it is holding onto the scalp, because if it's not holding onto the scalp, that means it was not properly done and the hair is going to slide out. You can lift up. You could see it is right onto the ground, and the reason why it has a knot is because it is a traditional box braid. I have already done a video showing the differences between the knotless box braid and the traditional or regular box braids. So when you have made sure that it is installed right onto the scalp, gently, not so hard, so that you don't pull out the follicles from the client's scalp, very important, just gently. Then you begin to braid. You begin to braid down. If at any point as you're trying to braid down, you notice that the client is holding a little bit, maybe she's tender-headed, or you're braiding too tight, that shows you also that you should loosen your hands and not to braid too tight. You could also invite the client to hold the hair down. That takes away all the tension. The client could hold the hair down by holding it like this. So I'm going to show Alexis that now, even though it's not hurting her, but we just want to show you how the person you're braiding her hair could hold the hair down to reduce the tension, which takes away the pain drastically. So Alexis, please could you come? Just hold it like this onto the braid. I know you're not feeling any pain, but it's just to illustrate what I'm trying to show to all people. Okay, so she's holding onto the hair. So the client holds it tight like this. Then you go ahead and braid down gently. You braid down gently. Please don't pull, because the type 4C hair looks tough, but it is not tough. It is really tender, like a wool. Our hair is like wool. So don't pull too hard. Don't be rough. Don't be unfriendly. Just be nice. Be nice to the client. Be nice to your hair. Don't be so much in a rush, because all of that pulling and tugging could put a lot of tension onto your own hair or your client's hair. Okay, I'm going to show you the last portion once we get to the front of her hair. Thank you so much. Here is the finished what's on Alexis' hair. The box braids are ready. If she wanted them straight, they would have remained like this, with the ends inserted into hot water to make them smooth, but she wants some beads on them. She wants some beads on them, so she got some. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to install some of the beads onto the braids. So I have put on the rods for the hair. It's going to be dipped into hot water in the next 2 minutes. I'm going to go ahead to the front to beat the fronts. Once I'm done, I will then put the back into hot water and release them to show the curls that the rods were able to achieve. We're about to put some beads in Alexis' hair. So I'm using 3 strands for each of the braids. So I have 3 beads here with the quick beader tool. This is the quick beader tool. It makes beading very fast. So let me try to bead each of the braids. Okay, so this is how you do it. You take the quick beater tool and transfer the braids onto it. You bring it in. So the braid is inside the quick beater tool. Then you take the bead and pass the quick beater tool and the hair into the hole of the bead and pull through. When you pull through, both the end of the braid and the quick beater tool comes out from the other end. Then you release the hair from the quick beater tool and pull the quick beater tool out. It is very easy. Then pull the bead forward so that it doesn't slide out. Let's do it again. You take the end of the braid and put it into the middle of the quick beater tool to lock it down. You take the tip of the quick beater tool and pass it through the hole of the bead and draw the hair forward. When you draw it forward, the quick beater tool and the end of the hair would come out through the other end. Then you release the end of the braid and pull the quick beater tool out of the hole and slide the bead forward. One more time. Put the end of the braid into the space. You can see it's in there. It's in there. You pass this quick beater tool through the hole of the bead. Slide it through. It comes out with the quick beater tool. You release the hair from the quick beater tool and pull it out. Then bring the hair, all of them, bring the hair forward, forward, forward to almost the end of the braid where it has a knot. Turn it around like this to lock it down. If you don't lock it down with the rubber bands, I'm using 2 rubber bands to lock each of the braids down with the bead. If you don't lock it down, it's gonna slide out. So you lock it down with the end of the braid, that place that has the knot. You lock it down like this. You lock it down like this. Take the rubber band. The reason why I'm using 2 is if I use 1, it may not be too tight. It may not be too tight, not really too tight, but tight enough to hold it down so it doesn't slide out. You come to the knot and the bead and wrap it around several times until the rubber band is completely on it. You see, it's going nowhere now. Next, you know you have some strands of hair left. You see, you got some hair left, so we're going to get rid of this. You do that by using the lighter. Please be careful not to burn yourself, and also not to get this piece that will be burnt out on the client's body. So this is what you do. You take the lighter, gently smooth on the hair and take out that portion. Gently, please. Take out that portion that is not needed anymore. You take the scissors and cut it out. Take the lighter again, gently, and sew the hair up. Then slide the remaining beads down. And here you go. It is very easy. So I'm gonna go ahead and do another one and show you how it is done. Please get somebody, a professional stylist or braider, to do it for you. I'm gonna go ahead and dip this side too into hot water to give us some beautiful curls. It stays in hot water for another 30 seconds. Then it is released gently. Be careful not to burn yourself or the client's body. Gently towel dry. Right. Take the towel and the water away. So I'm gonna release the rods from the cords, and this is how I do it. You roll on the body gently, anti-clockwise, gently, gently, so that the cords will still be there. Okay. Here is the finished work on Alexis' hair. This is what we're able to achieve. I'm gonna go ahead and show you a little bit more and turn her around to see our African queen. So that's the side, and this is the back. Oh, and the front again. Alexis, how do you feel?
I love it. Thank you so much.
You are highly welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. If you have questions, please feel free to ask all the questions. You could also call me. I will be so willing to answer all your calls. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you so much for your time. Bye for now. Bye.